All right. So we are interesting. So we are going to look now at how oh, it's getting weird. Interesting. Oh, very strange. It's like looking into my past. Okay. So we're going to look at how we can find an initial value from a table. And so we're going to look here, and I want to remind you what the initial value is. The initial value is on a graph where it starts. And we mean when it starts that no matter how that line goes, maybe we see it like this, we always call its initial value where it starts on the y-axis. For whatever reason, that's just what we've decided is what we mean when we talk about the starting point of a line. We're talking about where it starts on the up and down axis, on the y-axis here. So with that in mind, if we look at this relationship here, the same one we looked at in the last lesson, this is the starting value right there. So we would say this one starts at 4. And for whatever reason, we use the letter B to represent the initial value. So in this case, we would say that this line has a B value of 4, an initial value of 4. And the question is, how do we find that on not a graph, but a table of values? Well, if you look here at this y-axis, the x value is always 0. And that's always going to be true. The place where the up and down axis is where the x-axis is 0. So the trick to it is to know that the initial value, oh, didn't like that. The initial value is the spot where this pairs up with the y-axis. I apologize for the technical difficulty. This happens every once in a while with OneNote, where I have to restart it to be able to change my pen color. Very embarrassing, and I apologize. There we go. So here it is. Here's the initial value. And the initial value is the y number that is paired with 0. So in this case, when x is 0, y is equal to 4, so b is equal to 4. And that's all you have to look for. Just find the y value that is paired up with 0, and you know what the initial value is. Just so you know, most tables you'll see in grade 9 start at 0, but they don't have to. This could have said, what are we going by, 2's here? This could have said -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and this could have been 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, like this. This is the exact same relationship, and it would still be here, right? So the table doesn't have to start at 0. So your table isn't always going to start with your initial value, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that there's something wrong with that table. You just find the one that is paired with 0. As long as you find the one that's paired with 0, you're going to be fine. So you can practice that a couple times here below. And I built this very rudimentary app. This one does always start at 0, by the way, but that's okay. We want to start off just giving you easy ones to work with. So if we look here, the initial value is 5. Yeah, correct. If we look here, the initial value is 0. That can happen. In this case, the y of 0 is paired with the x of 0. That's allowed. And these should be very easy for you. Here, when the x is 0, The y is 3, so the initial value is 3. We can check that answer. Again, this table is boring because it's always the first one, but that's okay. We just want to get used to practicing that, and then in a minute, we will look at what to do when it's not